And I think a lot of people fail to realize there are evil people on this world, on this planet, who want to take over. They want to be dictators. They want to destroy, kill, and take over stuff. Konbanwa minasan, kill desu. So it has finally happened that Russia finally invaded Ukraine. So I'm going to give my thoughts on this whole situation. Personally, this situation is not shocking to me because Vladimir Putin has in recent years, been trying to kickstart again the Soviet Union. I remember there was a study that said years ago that it was in the 1980s, I believe, where it asked the Russian population their thoughts on Joseph Stalin. About 80% said that he was bad for Russia's history. And recently they did another poll where they asked how they felt about Joseph Stalin in modern times, and close to 70% said they actually think Joseph Stalin was good for the Russian history in the Russian country, and only about 20% said that they felt he was bad in history. So obviously there's been major pushing to revitalize the Soviet mindset and the Soviet Union's sense of supremacy that they had against the power, or just trying to get back Russia to being that rival superpower to the US. And I mean, when I think about it, Russia isn't the greatest country in the planet as far as we're talking about financially or the GDP. I believe the country makes roughly around $1.3 million as a GDP, which is basically a little bit more than the state of Florida that I live in. Like, one state in America makes just as much money as Russia does. Like, to me, that goes to show that the economy in Russia isn't that great, and Vladimir Putin is really just a thug dictator who runs a okay country, economically speaking. And a lot of this I do blame on our administration. I believe the Democrats, since the Cold War, haven't really took Russia seriously as an enemy. And oftentimes when people would mention, hey, Russia is still kind of a threat to the US, a lot of people would say, what are you living in the Cold War? We moved on from that. They're not the enemy anymore. And I remember, during the Trump administration that, Vladimir Putin didn't do anything because Trump was very unpredictable. However, I believe the Biden administration, Joe Biden, is a very, very weak man. He's a senile old man, and his threats are empty. Like, when you look at this man, you don't think of a great and powerful leader. You think of an old man who can't really do anything right. And I personally believe that's why Vladimir Putin put the attack on Ukraine. And sadly, there's so far 40 Ukrainian soldiers have died, and there's a lot of casualties and injuries that have happened. And it's terrible, man. Like, I really do believe that we're close to being on the brink of war if something's not done. And Vladimir Putin's excuse was that he was trying to get rid of Nazism because there's apparently Nazis in Ukraine. However, historically speaking, for those of you who don't know, the Soviet regime, they used Nazism as a way to justify why the Soviet Union was born. However, at one point, the Soviet Union was actually working with Adolf Hitler and the Nazis to take over. So of course we know that's a really pathetic and pretty much a lie. It's a horrible excuse because it is a lie. And I see it similar to the whole Hong Kong and China situation, where China invaded Hong Kong, took it over, and no one did anything. The US didn't do anything, no other country said anything. It just happened. And not so long ago, a few months ago, the Biden administration allowed the Taliban to take over Afghanistan. Literally, we had allies there, and his pulling out of Afghanistan was horrible. And now the Taliban took over, and I can imagine what the Taliban is doing now. We left American weapons in the country. So now it's like the Taliban has access to higher grade weaponry and resources that we left because the Biden administration did a horrible job out of pulling out of Afghanistan. And to be honest, how things are going, I wouldn't be too shocked if China started invading Taiwan, because I know China is kind of on a race to take back property or land that they feel belongs to China. And I see the same situation with Ukraine and Russia, where Russia doesn't really acknowledge Ukraine as its own country, so they're trying to take it back. And I feel like not too far from now, China is going to make the same attempts with Taiwan. And sadly, what I hate about this is that Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has been doing a lot of illegal things with Ukraine. So, a lot of illegal deals that involve a lot of money. And same with China. The Biden administration has sold out to China. So really, even if the US wanted to do something, I mean, the president's pockets are so deep in corruption with these two countries. It's like, I'm pretty sure they don't want to do anything. And I'm pretty sure some of this reasoning is because of Hunter Biden scandals and the Biden family's wrongdoings with Ukraine that probably have something to do with what's happening right now. And the last thing I will say, that I find people who live in bubbles, or people who don't know how the world works or don't study history, especially in the West, we have this idea that all the people want is prosperity, free, money, and just to live luxury lives and just live comfortably. We believe that everyone in the world, on the planet, they want that because Americans want it. And I think a lot of people fail to realize there are evil people on this world, on this planet, who want to take over. They want to be dictators. They want to destroy, kill, and take over stuff. And I think it's really naive, especially when it comes from like these more liberal-minded people, that everyone just wants to sing Kumbaya by the fireside, not recognizing that there's people out here who couldn't care less about you, and they don't want peace and prosperity. A lot of people they want to take over. They have their own agendas. They want to revitalize old regimes that cause a lot of death to millions of people. Like, it's not just that, oh, the Taliban or the people in the Middle East, they just need resources and they'll figure things out. No, people have an evil ideology that they believe, and they want to make sure that ideology comes to fruition. It's simple as that. I think it's kind of hypocritical. A lot of people who are anti-patriots, who don't like America, are justifying this war, what Putin is doing. And it's like, it makes no sense. Well, at one point you're anti-war, now you're for war? Like, it baffles me. It's like people pick and choose what's right or wrong based on what, I guess, supports their mindset or their agenda. It makes no sense to me. And truly, it is a very sad situation. I just hope things don't escalate too far. But seeing how the world is now, I wouldn't be shocked if China was trying to pull the same thing with Taiwan. And it's no surprise that Putin is doing this. I mean, he doesn't seem to fear the US because we have a weak leader. So I just hope things turn out for the better. But hey, it's war. So if you guys liked the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. Arigatou gozaimasu, minna. 気をつけて。じゃあね。